Buckle up because we dug through thousands of real social media support tickets and found the ones that made agents scream, cry, and seriously question humanity. One person demanded a refund because their tweet got 0 likes. Another tried whispering a DM into their phone like it was a magic spell. And yes, someone actually reported themselves for being too attractive. And today, we're counting down the 49 dumbest social media support complaints ever made. If you've ever blamed the algorithm for your bad takes, smash like, drop your worst support ticket in the comments, and subscribe before we report you for being too awesome. 1. One user sent a support ticket saying their tweet deserved more likes because they paid for strong Wi-Fi and assumed internet speed automatically boosts popularity. They insisted the platform compensate them for emotional damage caused by seeing 0 engagement. They demanded an apology, a refund, and a manual push from someone on the inside who understands real talent. The agent had to explain that Wi-Fi does not control popularity and humans do not hand-deliver likes. The user refused this explanation and claimed the algorithm was jealous of their potential. It ended with them asking for a loyalty discount. 2. A frustrated user insisted their DMs were broken because they whispered messages into their phone expecting it to send the vibe digitally. They claimed the microphone should read energy and forward it telepathically to the recipient. When support told them typing was required, they became disappointed and said technology should have advanced further by now. They explained they had whispered for years and wondered why nobody ever responded. They asked support to retrieve all their whispered DMs from the audio cloud and deliver them immediately. They ended by asking if the lack of replies meant they were shadow banned. 3. Someone filed a panic support ticket claiming they accidentally liked their ex photo from 2017 and needed the platform to rewind the universe 2 minutes. They asked if there was an emergency button for romantic disasters. They insisted the platform should understand heartbreak and provide a relationship-saving tool. When told the action couldn't be undone, they demanded the photo be hidden from Earth for 24 hours. They then asked if deleting their entire account would also delete the evidence from their ex's memory. They finally begged support to send a notification saying the like was a technical glitch. 4. A user complained that logging in daily was unfair, and the app should recognize their soul signature. They believed the platform should automatically unlock when it sensed their emotional frequency through the camera. They asked support to activate Vibe login so they could bypass passwords forever. When informed this wasn't possible, they accused the platform of being outdated. They said they wanted frictionless access because remembering passwords drained their creativity. They requested facial recognition based not on appearance, but on mood. The ticket ended with them asking if crying in front of the camera would count as verification. 5. One user reported their cat for posting unauthorized content. They claimed the cat stepped on the keyboard and uploaded a blurry selfie and demanded an undo button for pet-generated disasters. They believed all posts made by animals should automatically route to a safety filter. The agent explained that pets are not recognized users. The person insisted the cat had violated personal branding standards and asked for a digital restraining order. They wanted the platform to monitor the cat's future movements and prevent accidental uploads. They ended by requesting compensation for potential embarrassment among their followers. 6. A distressed user said they blocked their therapist during an argument and now couldn't remember why. They asked support to provide emotional context for their decision by checking past chat energy. They also wanted the block reversed without notifying the therapist, fearing judgment. When the agent explained they couldn't reveal personal interaction history, the user said the app should include therapist break room notes. They then asked if blocking a therapist counted as self-sabotage and whether the platform could offer a mental refund. The ticket ended with them seeking advice on whether they should unblock or spiritually reset. 7. Someone proudly filed a complaint after reporting themselves for being too attractive and then becoming upset when nothing happened. They believed the platform should have at least issued a warning acknowledging their beauty. They asked if being ignored meant support didn't agree with their self-assessment. They demanded the creation of a new category named excessive handsomeness. When denied, they accused the platform of failing to support body confidence. They requested a badge proving they self-reported responsibly. The agent suggested no action was needed. The user insisted that doing nothing was discrimination against highly photogenic individuals. 8. A user complained that a celebrity never responded to their DM and assumed the platform had a bias against them personally. They asked support to check whether their message was being held in a fame firewall. When told celebrities receive millions of messages, they argued their message was special because it had a unique emotional charge. They demanded confirmation that the celebrity saw it, felt it, and appreciated it. They also asked for a delivery receipt showing the exact second the celebrity ignored them. In closing, they requested their DM be escalated as a VIP communication. 9. A user begged support to erase a 3 a.m. rant they posted while half asleep. They said the platform should recognize nighttime emotional instability and automatically delay all posts after midnight. They insisted the algorithm should have sensed their chaos and intervened. When told the post could only be deleted normally, they asked for a feature that wipes memories of anyone who saw it. They said the content was too honest, and now their followers might think they were dramatic. They requested a psychological cleanup tool. The agent suggested taking a break, which they interpreted as emotional abandonment. 10. An angry user argued their selfie getting fewer likes than their dog's photo was absolute proof of algorithm malfunction. They claimed the system was promoting pets unfairly and demanded equal representation for humans. They insisted the platform restored balance by sending push notifications, encouraging people to like their selfie. They said it was unacceptable their dog received more engagement, despite having no social skills. They requested data proving whether dogs had secret priority. The agent explained engagement depends on followers. The user refused this and declared they were being digitally overshadowed by their own pet. 11. A confused user contacted support insisting their story disappearing after 24 hours was a violation of personal history. They said the platform shouldn't erase moments they emotionally invested in. They demanded a permanent archive because the disappearing feature felt like a breakup every day. When the agent explained stories are temporary by design, the user said life is temporary too, but that doesn't mean we delete people. They asked support to restore the story and keep it forever. They ended with a request for a yearly reminder so followers could reconnect with the emotional moment they lost. 12. A user sent a frustrated ticket saying they broke up with their partner through an Instagram comment because they wanted it to feel public yet artistic. Their partner never saw it, so they blamed the platform for hiding important communication. They said private messages felt too personal and comment sections felt cinematic. When told this wasn't a recommended communication method, they demanded the platform notify the partner immediately. They insisted breakup visibility settings should exist. They ended by asking support whether they were still in a relationship or legally single since the comment received 2 likes. 13. Someone panicked after a typo in their bio changed "I love puppies" to "I hate puppies." They insisted the platform ruined their reputation and asked for a public apology posted on their behalf. They said their followers might think they were a monster and unfollow in protest. Support told them they could edit the bio themselves. They replied that editing would look suspicious and needed official clarification. They requested a verification badge proving they were a puppy supporter. They even asked for a temporary banner above their profile stating they were innocent. They ended by demanding emotional damage compensation. 14. A user filed a complaint asking why they couldn't swipe left on tweets. They said every app should have universal swiping rules so life stays consistent. When support explained the platform wasn't a dating service, they argued reading tweets felt like dating humanity, and humanity often disappointed them. They said swiping left would help them reject bad opinions quickly. They asked support to add a feature allowing them to decline low-quality thoughts. They ended the ticket by asking if they could block an entire topic with one swipe. The agent recommended mute options, which they said felt outdated. 15. A mortified user reported their own mother for stalking after she commented the eyes emoji under their gym picture. They insisted it was a violation of emotional boundaries. Support explained emojis are allowed. They argued the emoji implied judgment, monitoring, and possibly surveillance. They demanded the platform either remove the comment or suspend their mother for a week so she could reflect on digital respect. They also asked for a feature to hide posts from parents without actually blocking them because that felt too dramatic. The ticket ended with them asking if there was a parents-only mode. 16, someone complained that they accidentally followed 400 crypto scam accounts after clicking too fast during a cleaning spree. They believed the platform should provide an instant undo and restore their digital credibility. They claimed this mistake made them look like they joined a pyramid scheme. Support explained they needed to manually unfollow each account. The user said that sounded like punishment. They asked for a feature that automatically detects accounts that look suspicious, wear sunglasses in their profile pictures, or promise passive income. They finished by asking if their reputation score was permanently corrupted. 17, a user panicked after posting "just me" and receiving dozens of comments saying, "Who's the other person?" They insisted the algorithm inserted someone into the background without their consent. They demanded support investigate whether the system added a ghost, stranger, or AI-generated reflection. When support explained comments were just jokes, they argued this was a digital haunting. They asked for tools to remove imaginary figures from photos. They requested emotional support because they now felt watched by invisible people. Finally, they asked if the comments meant they should reassess their facial features. The ticket ended with mild existential panic. 18, someone complained that everyone seemed to have a blue check except them, claiming they breathed oxygen like verified people and therefore deserved equal treatment. They insisted the verification system was biased against ordinary citizens. Support explained requirements, but the user said real recognition should come from personality alone. They demanded verification based on humor, moral values, and vibe consistency. They also wanted a trial version of the blue check so they could test how fame felt. They ended by asking for a direct link to whoever personally approves checks so they could pitch themselves passionately. 19, a panicked user said their tweet went viral, even though they never posted it, only drafted it. They believe someone hacked their creativity. Support explained they likely posted it accidentally. They refused this idea and insisted drafts should never escape storage. They suggested the drafts folder had feelings and wanted attention. They demanded an investigation into whether drafts could become sentient. They also wanted a feature that locks drafts behind a password so their half-baked ideas never see daylight. They ended by asking if support could demote the viral tweet because it didn't match their brand. 20, a confused user complained that their voice note written in all caps didn't sound louder. They believed capital letters should automatically amplify volume. Support explained voice notes use audio, not text formatting. The user said apps today should understand intention and shout accordingly. They demanded a toggle that lets emotions control decibels. They asked if the platform could add a feature where angry messages automatically sound intense while calming ones sound soft. They insisted this would revolutionize communication. They ended the ticket by asking if they should re-record the message using real shouting or trust the caps lock energy. 21. A confused user contacted support claiming their fingerprint should work as a heart reaction. They pressed their thumb against the screen expecting it to scan their emotions and react automatically. When nothing happened, they insisted the feature was broken. Support explained reactions require tapping, not fingerprint reading. The user argued modern apps should understand human touch deeply enough to interpret affection through skin patterns. They demanded the platform activate emotional biometrics so heartfelt moments feel more natural. They ended by asking if their lack of response meant the app misread their feelings or if their fingerprint lacked romantic energy. 22, a user insisted a quote retweet of their post was copyright theft because someone added commentary they found emotionally offensive. They argued their thoughts were protected intellectual property and nobody should remix their ideas without paying. Support explained, quote, tweets were a normal feature. The user said the feature encouraged unauthorized creative editing. They demanded royalties each time someone quoted them. They also asked for a list of everyone who ever quoted them so they could judge their taste levels. When told that wasn't possible, they said they might pursue legal action against the internet for stealing their personality. 23, someone was banned after commenting same on a post about losing a limb and insisted the punishment was unfair because they were expressing solidarity. They said the platform misinterpreted their tone and should understand sarcasm, humor, and empathy better. Support explained context matters. The user said algorithms should read emotional subtext and recognize when someone is making a dark joke. They requested a sarcasm detector and argued their ban damaged their reputation. They asked for reinstatement plus a public clarification, proving they still had all their body parts. They ended by blaming the internet for not having nuance. 24. A confused user asked why they couldn't unsend a live stream, claiming they accidentally streamed themselves napping for 40 minutes. They insisted the platform should rewind reality and erase the entire broadcast. Support explained live content is instant. They argued that nothing online should be permanent if it was unintentional. They demanded a universal undo button that works on all embarrassing decisions, including real life. They said their followers might think they lacked ambition because they snored midstream. They finished by asking if there was a way to push a notification, explaining the stream was performance art. 25. A frustrated user said they wrote "BRB" in a TikTok caption and expected viewers to wait for their return. When people continued commenting, they complained that nobody respected their digital boundaries. Support explained, captions don't control viewer behavior. They insisted viewers should pause engagement until the creator returns. They requested a feature that temporarily freezes comments whenever someone types "BRB." They asked if ignoring BRB was a form of digital rudeness. They ended by demanding compensation for emotional confusion because their plan to leave people in suspense completely failed, and now the internet looked too impatient. 26. Someone contacted support in panic saying a filter made them look 10 years younger, which caused issues at the airport when their appearance no longer matched their ID. They insisted the platform should warn users when filters dramatically alter reality. They wanted an age accuracy label so people didn't accidentally commit facial fraud. Support explained filters were optional enhancements. The user said filters should come with disclaimers about legal consequences. They demanded a tool that syncs filtered faces with government databases so identification stays consistent. They finished by blaming the platform for creating unrealistic expectations of time travel. 27. A depressed user complained their "Who else" post received no replies and claimed the algorithm was hiding them on purpose. They said silence felt like digital abandonment and demanded proof their followers still existed. Support explained engagement varies. They insisted followers should be required to respond to vague posts to maintain emotional loyalty. They requested a feature that sends reminders telling friends to validate them. They also asked support to verify whether they were shadow banned for being too relatable. They ended by requesting a button that auto-generates comforting replies when nobody interacts with their emotional content. 28. A panicked user said they accidentally tagged their boss in a meme about lazy employees and demanded the platform erase the notification before it delivered. Support explained notifications cannot be recalled. They said the platform should sense career emergencies and intervene. They wanted an alert asking if the user was sure before tagging any authority figure in questionable content. They argued their boss seeing the meme might affect workplace reputation. They asked if support could secretly hack their boss's phone and delete the alert. They ended by requesting a temporary invisibility cloak for professional relationships. 29. A user asked why "Seen" didn't show how long someone stared at their message. They wanted detailed analytics including eye focus time, emotional reaction scale, and microfacial expressions. Support explained privacy limitations. They argued communication feels incomplete without data confirming the receiver's emotional investment. They wanted receipts showing whether someone smiled, frowned, or sighed while reading. They said relationships require transparency and analytics could save many friendships. They requested an update that tracks every second of attention. The ticket ended with them asking for a feature that sends a notification if someone blinked too judgmentally. 30. Someone complained they paid a stranger through Venmo promising more followers and remained stuck at 42. They insisted support refund them because the transaction happened on their phone using an app on the same device. Support explained external services weren't connected. They said the platform should protect users from their own bad decisions. They requested built-in scam detection that blocks any payment mentioning followers. They argued their account deserved a sympathy boost for the disappointment suffered. They ended by asking if support could manually add a few followers just to restore their emotional stability. 31, a furious user said their comment about pineapple pizza sparked an argument with hundreds of strangers and demanded the platform restore peace. They insisted support should intervene anytime a debate becomes too spicy. They claimed pineapple was supposed to unite people, not create digital chaos. Support explained arguments aren't moderated unless harmful. The user argued food-related emotional damage should count. They requested a conflict de-escalation bot that diplomatically calms heated threads. They also asked for a temporary shield so people couldn't tag them in pizza debates. Finally, they demanded a refund for the stress caused by fruit discourse. 32. Someone complained that they typed a joke with the sarcasm symbol /s, but still received angry replies. They insisted the platform's sarcasm detection system was malfunctioning. Support explained no such system exists. They argued sarcasm should be universally understood because humans deserve better communication tools. They requested a sarcasm mode that highlights jokes in a different color, so people stop taking them literally. They also asked for an emotional translator that softens harsh jokes for sensitive users. The ticket ended with them blaming the platform for ruining what they considered their funniest moment of the week. 33. A user claimed their selfie automatically suggested the location bathroom, which they found offensively accurate. They said the platform judged them and made assumptions about their hygiene. Support explained it was likely reading metadata. They refused that explanation and insisted the app was emotionally shading them. They requested the removal of location suggestions entirely because they felt personally attacked by the bathroom label. They demanded compensation for the embarrassment and said their audience might think they lived in restrooms. They ended by asking if support could verify that the app wasn't passively insulting users through hidden algorithms. 34. Someone submitted a dramatic ticket asking why they couldn't mute themselves from their own thoughts. They said the platform should offer a feature to silence internal monologues during stressful scrolling sessions. Support explained the app doesn't control the human brain. The user argued it should at least try. They requested guided breathing features that mute intrusive thoughts when reading comments. They also asked for a toggle that replaces negative ideas with encouraging notifications. They ended by asking if support could send motivational messages on demand because they felt emotionally overwhelmed by their own personality. 35. A distressed user said the "you are all caught up" message triggered an existential crisis. They felt judged for having no new content to scroll. They insisted the platform should offer a gentler message like, "Take a break, champion," instead of reminding them they reached the end. Support said it was informational. The user said it felt like the app was telling them to find a life. They asked support to change it to something uplifting. They ended by requesting a bonus feed that unlocks only for people who refuse to accept boredom quietly. 36. Someone posted a poll asking, "Am I annoying?" and received 92% yes. They demanded support delete the results to save their reputation. Support explained polls are final. They said honesty was overrated and polls should protect users from harsh truths. They wanted an approval filter that adjusts results to avoid emotional damage. They also requested a chance to manually adjust the outcome so their followers think they are well liked. They ended by asking support whether the 92% represented society or just their circle, because they needed to understand how widespread the problem was. 37, a user complained that they DM'd someone "hey" and didn't receive a reply within 7 seconds. They insisted this delay was unacceptable and requested the ability to report people for negligence. Support explained replies aren't guaranteed. The user argued the platform should encourage prompt responses to keep conversation flow alive. They wanted a timer that warns recipients when they take too long. They also suggested a ranking system where fast responders earn badges. They ended by asking if they were being ignored intentionally or if the message got lost in emotional transit because silence felt personally disrespectful. 38, a user panicked after trying to screenshot a disappearing message and accidentally closing the app. They believed the platform deleted crucial evidence. Support explained disappearing messages vanish naturally. They said the timing felt suspicious, like the app was protecting someone else. They requested a backup vault where attempted screenshots are stored secretly. They insisted that disappearing messages should pause when the user needs more time. They ended by demanding a feature that alerts them before a message self-destructs. so they don't lose important gossip in the middle of finger coordination problems. 39. Someone complained they replied to their own comment accidentally and now look like they were arguing with themselves. They insisted the platform ruined their public image. Support explained mistakes happen. They requested a reputation reset button that instantly clears social awkwardness. They said the thread now made them appear unstable. They asked support to remove the reply without leaving a trace. They also demanded an automated warning system that detects when someone is about to embarrass themselves. They ended by asking if others could see the mistake or if the algorithm could hide it to preserve dignity. 40. A user said they followed someone who followed them back and then unfollowed, believing the platform broke the sacred rule of reciprocity. They claim mutual follows were digital handshake agreements. Support explained users can unfollow freely. They argued the platform should enforce loyalty and prevent unfair follow betrayals. They wanted a feature that locks mutual follows for at least a week. They ended by requesting an alert explaining why the other person left because silence felt like rejection, and they needed closure from people they barely knew. 41. A user insisted their joke tweet with a clown emoji should have protected them from being shadow banned. They said the clown symbol clearly signaled humor, and the algorithm should respect comedic intent. Support explained bans depend on behavior. They argued they were being unfairly punished for being too funny. They requested a comedy license that lets posts bypass filters. They said clowns throughout history deserve recognition as harmless entertainers. They ended by demanding the platform restore their visibility and acknowledge the artistic value of posting chaotic jokes at random hours for their followers' emotional enrichment. 42. Someone complained they typed the word duck instead of the stronger version and still got flagged. They accused the platform of overreacting and misreading family-friendly vocabulary. Support explained automated detection sometimes triggers based on context. They insisted duck should always be treated as innocent. They demanded a list of words the system considers suspicious. They also suggested a language setting that lets users declare themselves harmless, so algorithms treat them gently. They ended by arguing the platform caused them embarrassment among friends because being punished for a wholesome animal word felt personally insulting. 43. A user said they wrote 280 characters and the app cut off their final 3 dots, which they believed was theft of creative expression. They said the 3 dots symbolized their dramatic personality. Support explained the limit is strict. They insisted the platform should grant extra space to people with artistic flair. They requested a premium tier that extends punctuation privileges. They argued removing the dots ruined the emotional pacing of their message. They ended by demanding a manual restoration of the final dots, because without them, their thoughts looked abrupt instead of deeply reflective. 44. Someone claimed their friend posted the same sunset photo 5 minutes earlier, which they saw as plagiarism. They insisted sunsets are personal experiences and should require permission before sharing. Support explained nature cannot be copyrighted. They argued the friend copied the angle, mood, and emotional energy behind their picture. They demanded a feature that checks whether someone else has already posted a similar sky. They also requested a tag marking them as the original sunset discoverer. The ticket ended with them asking for recognition as a pioneer of golden hour photography, even though sunset belongs to everyone. 45. A distressed user contacted support after seeing their ex's new partner appear in Suggested for You. They said the platform caused emotional trauma by surfacing unwanted reminders. Support explained suggestions are algorithmic. They argued the app should know their history and respect heartbreak boundaries. They requested a heartbreak mode that avoids showing profiles linked to painful memories. They also wanted a feature that blurs any photos involving exes. They said the platform should prioritize emotional safety. They ended by demanding a temporary happiness filter that removes romantic triggers until they officially declare themselves emotionally healed. 46. A user asked why no undo rage tweet button existed, claiming many arguments could be prevented. They said rage tweets are emotional accidents, and the platform should grant a forgiveness window. Support explained drafts can be used instead. They argued the platform should protect impulsive people from themselves. They wanted a built-in cool-down timer that stops users from posting during anger spikes. They also requested a reflective message encouraging calm breathing before every heated post. They ended by saying emotional safety should be as important as account security because both protect the human behind the screen. 47. Someone attempted to live tweet their nap, but fell asleep mid-sentence and woke up disappointed that engagement dropped. They insisted the platform should have detected inactivity and continued posting updates automatically. Support explained live tweeting requires actual action. They argued naps are part of their brand and deserve recognition. They requested an automation that posts nap progress reports. They also asked whether followers could be notified when they enter dream phases. They ended by blaming the platform for not supporting sleep content, even though restful updates might inspire people to appreciate slower moments online. 48. A discouraged user posted thoughts and received 0 replies, which they took as proof the algorithm disliked them. They said silence was the cruelest response. Support explained engagement isn't guaranteed. They argued the platform should encourage people to respond to vulnerable posts. They wanted a sympathy boost that temporarily promotes posts lacking interaction. They said viewers should be required to acknowledge emotional content. They ended by asking if the algorithm judged their personality too harshly and if support could reassure them that their existence still mattered in the digital world. 49. Someone accidentally posted a private rant publicly and begged support to delete the memory of everyone who saw it. They insisted unfollowers should forget instantly. Support explained they could only delete the post from the platform. They argued emotional privacy should extend to the minds of viewers. They requested a reset pulse that wipes accidental content from followers' brains. They also wanted an alert that stops people from posting while frustrated. They ended the ticket by asking if support could at least create a distraction on the platform so people lose focus and forget everything. And there you have it, the internet's greatest collection of beautifully unhinged support complaints. If any of these felt a little too relatable, don't worry, we won't report you, but hit subscribe before your next post becomes another ticket in our inbox. Drop your dumbest moment in the comments, and remember, the algorithm may ignore you, but we never will.